Here's my audience.
Hello.
Have you ever stopped to stare at a beautiful orchid in a grocery store or nursery? Have you always wanted to own one but heard they're impossible to take care of? Maybe you have bought one and struggled to keep it alive in the past. Well, if I'm here to tell you that orchids are a great houseplant and live for many years as a houseplant. Well, I'm here to tell you that for many years as a houseplant, I have been keeping and growing orchids for over 16 years now. I do not think there's a single other plant out there that gets a bad reputation as the orchid for its difficult care. Due to the bad advice often given out when purchasing orchids, many people struggle to get their plants to thrive in a household environment. I worked at an orchid specialty greenhouse for years, and people were constantly bringing in their damaged and dead plants from taking advice from outside sources. I'm here to help clear up common care myths about orchids, as well as talk about proper care of an orchid. Let us talk about some of the most common myths surrounding orchid care out there today. Some people think orchids need to be kept humid, and since Colorado's dry, some people think orchids need to be kept humid. Since Colorado's too dry means everyday watering. This advice is false, and in fact can be very detrimental to your plant. Overwatering can cause root rot and eventually kill your plant. Some people say that the tag in their plant that they buy, when they buy it, says water with ice cube orchids. This is very detrimental to your plant as well. They did this method to stop people from overwatering their plants, but now has led to people underwatering them and causing them to dry out too much. Some people think orchids need a ton of light, so should I leave it outside on the deck to get the most light? While this is true, most orchids do require a decent amount of light to survive and flower properly. Keeping an orchid outside in Colorado is a bad idea. It'll most likely burn and dry up. The flowers on the orchids, my flowers on my orchid shriveled up and died. Is my orchid dead? No, this is not true. Orchids flower and then go dormant. It does not mean your plant is dead. Now that I have cleared up some of the most common myths of orchids, I'll go over proper care of orchids. Here are some easy and successful ways to take care of an orchid. Orchids need a dry out period, in which the roots are moist but not wet. For this type of environment, I have found that watering once a week is sufficient for the orchid to thrive and become healthy. Orchids do like a lot of light, but placing an orchid in a window where the light comes through is plenty. South-facing windows are ideal and are best. Light. Another windows you can use is east-west facing window. Those work as well, south being the best. You want to avoid north being the least light. That's not enough light for your orchid to flower again. Light is the most important part of an orchid flowering. A lot of people will come to me and ask me about why, if the orchid stops flowering, is it dead? And I would tell them, no, it's not dead. Plants flower, grow, and flower again. There are many orchids produce products on the market today, fertilizer being one of them. Fertilizer is very important, but over-fertilizing can kill your plant very quickly. It's probably one of the number one killers. You want to use very clean water, distilled water from your grocery store, and you want to use very little. You want to use very little fertilizer. Just adding a few drops every month will help your plant flower and do well. Just make sure you read the label and get the measurements right. Do not smoke around orchids. Orchids can contract the disease from tobacco. There's also another fun way you can enjoy your orchids is go to the Denver Orchid Society and meet once a month at a judging in Denver. This is a great way to meet fellow plant lovers and learn more about orchids. The orchid judges train for 6 years on how to judge plants from the American Orchid Society and are very knowledgeable, and there's a lot to learn. It is a great hobby. Remember, orchids don't seem too scary now, do they? Remember, water your orchids once a week and only more if the plant is really dry. Simply stick your finger in and check if it is feeling moist. If it's moist, it's plenty for that orchid. Try and keep your orchid in a south-facing window to get the best light and allow it to thrive without burning. Just because the orchid has stopped blooming does not mean the plant is dead. Continue to take care of it. Remember, less is more with an orchid. And while it seems like you may be doing too little, take care of it. They do not require a ton of care. Here's my audience. Bye.